Warning. This program may contain material of an explicit or graphic nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Broadcasting undead from the B Ward, this is the Post-Mortem Show. I'm Dom.
And I'm JD. And today, we're going to give you our top 5 vacation horror movies.
Yeah. Horrible vacations.
Do you know why I wanted to do this list?
Why is that?
I didn't have a horrible vacation, that's not why, but we were going to take a vacation. So this past weekend, myself, my wife, all the kids, and we took my mom to Monterey Bay Aquarium. And we were in Monterey for 2 days. So
nice.
Vacation's on the brain. And I said, you know what? That'd be a good topic. Top 5 vacation horror movies.
And it's a plethora of movies to choose from.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of the common tropes of horror is you go somewhere for a vacation that you don't quite belong, and things go wrong.
Fish out of water element. That'd be a good one, too. Top 5 fish out of water. Because that could be not just vacation. It could be like Alien. And things like that. You know? That'd be a good idea, too. But, yeah, vacation horror movies. There is a hell of a lot of them, and I think we're going to have a pretty definitive list here. You got a lot of honorable mentions?
I do.
Okay, I got not as many as usual, but probably a lot of crossover, I would imagine, on this
I
list.
usually try to keep it down to 5 honorable mentions, but there's a lot of really good vacation horror movies, too. So,
all right, so top 5 vacation horror movies, but before we do that, we got a little bit of horror news. Horror news. That motherfucking taint a mile long, no balls having motherfucker Uwe Boll is back in horror news.
He's back in the news.
He's back
Isn't
in the
he
horror
retired?
news. He's retired as a director.
He's like the Ric Flair of shitty directors. He just keeps coming back.
He's like Chlamydia. So he's calling out the Oscar bait PTA and Daniel Day-Lewis film The Phantom Thread for supposedly stealing the poster art for Blood Rain.
What?
And I saw a graphic of each next to each other. There are similarities, but it's definitely not. They're not looking at Uwe Boll movies.
Blood Rain is just his fucking generic movie poster that shows the characters all stacked up.
It's a head. All it is it's someone's head, like a side profile, all big in the background, and then another person superimposed on top of it.
Huh.
And that's the same as Blood Rain.
Right.
So he's got a point there, but I don't think that one has anything to do with the other.
Right.
You know? He thinks there's a conspiracy, and Paul Thomas Anderson is doing it out of spite and for revenge after the Uwe man himself trashed the Phantom Thread on his new podcast, Uwe Boll Raw. Welcome, everyone, to Monday Night Uwe Boll Raw.
I have nothing to say about that.
Fuck you, Uwe Boll.
I'm dumber now for knowing that Boll has a podcast.
Yeah, what the hell? What is it about? How
Should be called Toilet Bowl.
Toilet Bowl. That's our rating system. Toilet Uwe Bowls.
Fuck that guy, man. He just needs to go away.
Yeah, he does. His movies are terrible, and he's a loudmouth piece of shit. If you guys or if you're a new listener, you might not know the story, but I've been challenging Uwe Boll to a death match for many, many episodes now, and he has yet to answer my challenge.
Fucking Taint Master.
Taint Master Boll. He challenged a reporter to a fight who was talking shit about his movie.
Yeah.
You know, in the ring, like an actual sanctioned fight. And that's why I say, fuck you, Boll. Death match.
Take him on. All right, so the International Toy Fair took place this weekend with many companies, including McFarlane, Mezco, and NECA, unveiling new lines of horror-themed collectibles. Notable among these were Funko's new Savage World line, which reimagines, among other things, horror properties as Masters of the Universe-style action figures. Prototypes were unveiled for Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Pinhead, Freddy Krueger, and Leatherface. These toys portray the icons as overly muscled barbarian types with an assortment of weapons based on their chosen implements of destruction from their films. Full-color prototypes for Myers, Jason, and Freddy were already completed, with grayscale, Pinhead, and Leatherface models also displayed. Along with horror icons, Funko will also be interpreting characters from Mortal Kombat, Thundercats, and the Conan franchise.
So it's not like a Funko Pop?
No, it's like an actual Masters of the Universe figure with the big muscles and the waist that springs back and forth.
That's awesome.
And they're kind of it's not just a buff Freddy. Freddy is a demon sorcerer kind of.
That'd be sweet
with a big
if they
claw.
had the old WWF figures, but of horror icons.
Oh, that would be great.
I used to have the rockers where you could push down on Marty Jannetty's back and you jump.
Yeah, and their legs never moved.
They'd have one. Look, I got
the Jake the
snake right there. You know, special strong punch action. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be cool if they did it that way.
Yeah, these things look pretty cool. I like them. I think I'll probably end up picking them up.
All right. Well, Henry Rollins is set to return, and He Never Died 2.
Yeah.
We both enjoyed He Never Died. Admittedly, you a little more than me, but I like the character, and maybe after developing the first movie, a second could be better.
Yeah, the first movie is always the origin story, in these kind of things. And then the second one, they have adventures.
Yeah. So director Jason Krosick is returning to direct, and the plot is as follows. After saving his estranged daughter from the criminal past in the original movie, Jack is now a vagabond attempting to keep his supernatural compulsion in check. Along the way, he confronts depraved sadists similar to his own long life of destruction and must defy his inner demons and strike a balance of revenge and responsibility. Filming is set to begin in Ontario this coming May.
Nice.
I'll check it out. I liked number
will.
one, and that was a good character.
Yeah.
At first I thought it was just, he was just a bad actor. Then I realized, he just is such a fucking nihilist in the movie.
Yeah, and he's so he was so disconnected from his humanity.
Yeah.
That and Henry Rollins conveyed that very well. And Henry Rollins is one of my favorite people. I just like him as a person.
Yeah, he's very interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll absolutely see that. I was a big fan of the original, and yeah, as long as they keep making good ones, I'll keep watching them. So a Colorado man accused of killing a 19-year-old woman told police that he shot her after he replied to a Craigslist ad seeking a hitman for herself. According to court affidavits, on December 28, 2017, men whose last name was identified as Lopez responded to a woman whose last name identified as Bollinger. He responded to her ad with hopes of supposedly talking out of killing herself. The two met and went for a drive in Lopez's car, and after he failed to change her mind, Lopez stopped by the side of the road where they said a prayer together. Then as Bollinger knelt on the ground, Lopez shot her in the back of the head execution style with a 9mm firearm. Lopez said that Bollinger requested the killing take place that way because she didn't want to see the gun go off and wanted it to happen quickly. She had purchased the firearm and told Lopez that he could keep it as payment. Bollinger's body was found on December 29th, and Lopez was arrested soon after when detectives opened up her cell phone and found numerous communications between the two. Friends and relatives have stated that Bollinger had a history of suicidal ideation, but that she had just applied it for a new job the day before she was slain. So, chick took out a hit on herself.
That's very strange.
And the guy's trying to get out of it by saying that when, if you went and tried to talk her out of it and failed and then left and then she killed herself, that would be one thing.
Yeah, but you actually physically shot her.
And,
you don't want to listen to me?
Yeah.
You really want to do it? Okay, bam.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. I'm all for, euthanasia for people who are terminally ill and are gonna die horribly and painfully. But when you're a 19-year-old girl with depression, there's so many other options.
Yeah,
there's no getting around that.
Yeah, and my best friend in high school killed himself. So that hits a little home for me.
Yeah.
You need to. I wish I could have been there to talk to him.
Yeah.
Somebody could have maybe talked to her. If it didn't work from this guy, well, at least he could point her in the right direction, or say she needs help, or contact her family. Something.
Right.
Something could have been done.
And this guy, he obviously wanted to kill someone, because you don't have a person kneel in front of you, put a gun to the back of their head, and pull the trigger if you don't want to kill someone.
Supposedly, good Samaritan.
So yeah, fuck that guy. I hope he spends a long time in prison. And if you are considering suicide, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is 1-800-273-8255. Don't kill yourself.
Yes, and even seriously, if you're listening to this right now, if you're a listener of the show and you're going through some shit, some depression and something like that, send us an email. We'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Postmortemshow@gmail.com.
I know a thing or two about depression. I have been there. I am currently on medication because of it and feeling much better. So,
Yeah, it's a serious business. We don't really talk about serious subjects too often here, you know. It's a lot of my retarded dog and
dick jokes
and Doug
retarded
Jones,
dog dick jokes.
All three of those things in a blender and permutations of all the same thing.
And there's this saying, and it's trite, but it's fucking true, that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
It is very true.
If things suck, they're going to get better as long as you're actively trying to make them better. But obviously, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to get better if you off yourself.
The good news is we live in a world with so much mental health awareness and medication, counseling, these kind of things, to where it can be fixed.
Yeah, and hopefully society will destigmatize that a little bit more as time goes on.
Okay, well, speaking of the dead, that was probably a bad segment. The Night of the Living Dead director and the father of the zombie movie that we know and love, that started it all, died last year at 77. But his legacy lives on and will continue to do so with an upcoming novel called The Living Dead. Romero dabbled with the book off and on for over a decade and died before he could complete it. Now, it's reported that Daniel Kraus, who co-wrote the novelization of Guillermo del Toro's The Shape of Water, will pick up where Romero left off.
Cool.
So, some of the book was in tremendous publish-ready state, Kraus said. Other parts nearly were just kind of like ideas kind of lined out in the book. Like, he had like some of it done, not others. Only half the job I'm doing is finishing the book. The other half is putting George back together, in a sense. Not just from reading, but from every obscure interview and analyzing his every obscure work, but also immersing myself in the art that he loved. I'm studying his favorite movies, watching his favorite operas, listening to his favorite music, all in an attempt to find the inspirations he might have found. I'm taking thematic and structural cues from these works and working them into the book. It's not like having George next to me, but it's what I have, and I'm treasuring every moment of it.
That's awesome.
So he sounds like he's just a huge Romero fan,
yeah.
And the project isn't finished. He wants to see it come to fruition and put it in the work.
Awesome. I respect the shit out of that.
He must be wearing those glasses, though.
Oh, he has to.
He's going to be watching his favorite movies, eating his favorite food, all that stuff. He has to wear the thick-ass glasses.
Yeah, for sure.
Otherwise, it's not going to work.
There's no way around it.
You know what? I'm not convinced that the guy from Up, the little cartoon character from Up, is not based on him.
Yeah, you put a mustache on him, he'd look a lot similar. Yeah. So Cinestate is a company founded by Dallas Sonnier, who produced the movie you recently reviewed, Brawl in Cell Block 99, and also the upcoming Puppet Master remake. This company has purchased the publication rights to Fangoria magazine and will be bringing it back this year. Original publishers Tony Timpone and Michael Gingolf are returning to assist the editorial department. Originally published from 1979 through the 1990s, Fangoria was the premier internationally distributed horror magazine. In 2008, it was sold to a new publisher who overhauled the magazine in a way that pissed off longtime fans and alienated some of the magazine's top contributors, saw a decline in sales that ultimately resulted in the brand being shut down in 2015. The new revival will be a return to the original format with many longtime contributors returning, and will branch into a wider online presence while also maintaining the classic print publication, which will be a quarterly publication. Cinestate intends to expand the brand further with a return to film production, podcasts, and novel publication.
Well, hit us up. We are interested.
That's right. Yeah. Have your people talk to our people.
Hey, Biff, answer the phone. I'll be gone for a while. Answer the phone in case Fangoria calls, okay? You just looked at me stupidly.
Hello, this is Fangoria. Fags?
Biff, say hi.
So I loved Fangoria as a kid, just going into the story even and seeing just, the array of monsters on the cover of every magazine. And I will be excited to see it come back.
Yeah, Fangoria is awesome. I wish I had a lot of my old horror magazines. What the fuck? I just didn't take care of them. Yeah. They just got destroyed and thrown away, and I'm moving a bunch, being young and stuff. But I used to have a badass collection of horror magazines, at least like a whole 2 rows in the bookshelf, kind of thing. And now I have like 5.
Yeah, I used to have a stack of like Fangoria and Film Threat magazines.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I don't know what happened to any
now.
of
If you wanted to get any of those, you'd have to like pay out the ass.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And stuff. Yeah, those old ones. But I wish I would have kept all my old shit. So Fangoria is awesome. Glad to see it's coming back. So that's it for horror news.
That is it.
So we will be back with the good movie and the bad movie and our top 5 vacation horror movies after this. We would like to invite you guys to join the Postmortem Show Patreon.
That's right. We've asked you for over 100 episodes now through our Amazon link and other things that we do to support our filthy, filthy habit. But now we're asking you to help us help you. And that means help us cram a bunch of weird shit into your brain.
And indeed. And the thing about it is that you're always going to get the same Postmortem Show you've always got. From week to week, we've been producing a show every week.
Of varying quality.
Varying quality. Varying amounts of sobriety.
Yeah.
But
it's usually
the fact of the matter is that if you donate to us on Patreon, no matter how small, you're going to get bonus content.
Yeah. We've got all kinds of stuff planned.
We're spending hours and hours with this extra content, with our off-topic. There's a lot of research that goes into that.
Yep. We're putting together these off-topic things where we talk about things that interest us that we may touch on the show but don't necessarily have time to go fully in-depth on. We're going to be doing creepypastas. We're going to be doing video content with footage from the recording of our show, with sketch comedy. Whatever weird shit that bubbles up in our brain, we're just going to diarrhea it out there. And, hopefully you'll get it and you'll like it.
Indeed. And the fact is, I don't know why I say indeed so much.
Indeed.
Right I'm the Postmortem Show Funaki. Evil. Anyways, with the Patreon, $1, $5, $10, $20, $50, $100, you're going to get various levels of extra shit, including going to eat dinner with Dom and JD.
Off of Dom and JD.
Off of Dom and JD, where we pay for your meal, we pay for your movie, we sit together.
We cover ourselves in sushi and let you eat it barehanded.
Dom is going to spread his hairy Italian butt cheeks and give you the goods.
That's not how it happens. But we are going to be putting together shirts and stickers and all kinds of other cool physical merch that we're gonna anything that we release we're gonna kick over to our patrons. That includes our music, JD's band, my various musical projects. If you're our patrons, that's gonna give you access to that right off the bat for free.
You want to see? Speaking of Gigi Allen, you want to see videos of me cutting myself and bleeding everywhere or getting cut by other people? You've came to the right place.
Hey!
Because you're going to get the Best of JD Horror West Coast Death Matches DVD included for free. Video download.
That's right. We're going to just throw it out there and see what sticks. It's like our fish, except we don't throw it back. We throw it to you, and you catch it, and you consume it. And if you like it, great. And if you don't, then fuck you.
And you know what they say. You can give a man a fish, or you can teach that man to fish.
Yeah. And I'm not sure how that applies to what we're doing here.
Well, that's what Biff told me.
Oh, okay. Listen to Biff.
Anyways, patreon.com, Postmortem Show, Horror Movie Podcast. Search us up. $1 if you're listening to this and you're a fan and you listen to every show. $1 a month. It's not going to make a difference in your life, but it's going to make a difference in the quality of the show and in our life.
Absolutely. It's going to enable us to bring you more content, and maybe one day we could theoretically do this as our actual job and not have to spend 40 plus hours a week whiling away in fucking corporate nonsense when we can just be giving you cool shit.
Thank you guys. Check out the Patreon. Postmortemshow.com.
It's time for the good movie. And the bad movie.
Alright, we're back with the good movie and the bad movie. How's yours looking this week?
I have a good movie and a less good movie.
I have 2 movies that are both good.
Yeah.
Why do we have to call this the good movie and the bad movie?
It's
sometimes we gotta do
it is what it is, we only have so much time in a week.
I only got a chance to watch 2 movies this week.
Yeah.
And one of them was today and one of them was yesterday because I was in Monterey for 2 days, plus just busy. We were redoing our whole kitchen,
right.
All cabinet doors off, sanded, stained, all that kind of crap, putting handles on it. We're doing a lot of shit in there, so it's consuming a lot of my time. So
yeah.
I have not been able to devote a lot of time to watching movies. But at least the 2 movies I watched, I'm glad to talk about because I want everyone to see them.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I guess I'll start us off with 2017, directed by Tyler McIntyre, who also directed Patchwork, which I talked about on the show that I enjoyed a lot. Starring Brianna Hildebrand, Alexander Shipp, Kevin Durant, with I Seen It, Craig Robinson in a special cameo in Tragedy Girls. Have you heard of Tragedy Girls?
I have not.
So this kind of flew under my radar. It came out last year. I heard a lot about it recently, like right before the DVD release came out and everything like that, but kind of flew under my radar last year. But I really, really like this movie. So, twist on the slasher genre following two death-obsessed teenage girls who use their online show about real-life tragedies to send their small Midwestern town into a frenzy and cement their legacy as modern horror legends. So,
okay.
Cold opens with Sadie and Michaela using an unsuspecting guy as bait for a serial killer named Lowell. After Lowell kills the guy, the girls capture him to interview him for their web show, Tragedy Girls, and also to teach them his ways as a serial killer, because they are also killers. So, very strange premise, a little bit far-fetched. You kind of have to suspend your disbelief, to think that this is going to fly, because these girls are very sloppy. They don't wear gloves. They're just killing, you know what I mean? Like, they would have got caught a long time ago. So, they even dismember the corpse of the guy that they used in bait in front of Lowell. They shock Lowell a bunch with a taser and basically beat the shit out of him and keep him in a little room and feed him dog food. All three of the characters are likable in their own ways. Lowell is batshit crazy. He's not in the movie a lot. Like, it was framed in the way that I thought he was going to be a major part of it, but he's there and then he comes back later, but he's not. It's the relationship between these two girls is what really is the whole movie, There's a definite girl power theme here. I don't know if director Tyler McIntyre is a boy or a girl, but I would imagine a girl. Okay. Just based on these two movies. And Patchwork was very, feminine, very girl power heavy. Just even the music, everything about it. It's just, this is made for girls to watch, I think. That teenage girls would enjoy this more than anyone else. Okay. If they're, a horror fan. And I'm not saying that, it's shitty in that way. That, this is for teenage girls. I'm just saying that, if you think about, Ginger Snaps, right? Mm-hmm. That if you were, a little, goth horror girl and you were 15 years old or something and you saw that, you would relate to those girls and really like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not horror for girls in the shitty way that Happy Death Day was horror for teenage girls.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it's pandering to them.
Exactly.
It's more empowering.
It does
to them.
a little bit of it does pander a little bit, but I enjoyed it. As the girls become closer to the murders and their fame grows, they sort of get a little more reckless, and Lowell tries to turn them against each other. The movie's way over the top, but it works. These characters are pretty cool. I hope there's more of this. I hope that there's a sequel or something. So, reminds me of SLC Punk and how it's very self-aware and cuts to characters explaining situations to the viewer, even with little videos that are up on the screen that they're obviously doing, they were a host of a talk show or something like that.
Is it breaking the fourth wall?
Breaks the fourth wall, yeah. Wow. It breaks the fourth wall. It's just one scene that does that, but the way it does it, and then it's also got the thing to where characters are text. It's very social media heavy based. Characters will be texting each other, and the little bubbles with the information will come up on the screen. Yeah. You won't see the phone, but it'll actually show it on the screen. It has a very similar vibe to Tyler McIntyre's other movie, Patchwork, which I still believe is on Netflix. Characters could live in the same world as this movie. Some really good killing scenes. Comedy, a lot of gore. This movie has a lot to offer. The only low point for me is the annoying music. That's another thing I was talking about. Just the songs, it's pop.
Like the Donnas?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, okay.
But it's music a teenage girl would listen to, probably.
Oh, okay.
Because it's about these teenage girls in high school. And a lot of the people that go to the high school are way too old. It's got that going for it, too. There's this character, one of the main, love interests, nerd guy, that's one of the girls who's kind of involved with.
He's 37?
He's probably at least 30, though. He's, starting to recede hairline. He's got, wrinkles in his forehead and stuff, So that was not, it is what it is. It's always been like that in horror movies, though. You can't say that, you're not going to cast, 14-year-old girls to take their tops off in real life.
No, you go to jail for that.
Yes. You know what I mean? So it's always older because there has to be nudity and there has to be this and that, so it is what it is. But I really like Tragedy Girls. I think that it's worth checking out. Some people will definitely be turned away from it based on what I was talking about it, this being a real girl movie, Some people, unless you're If you like ginger snaps a lot, then you'll like this.
Okay.
And I love ginger snaps.
Yeah.
And I like this movie a lot, but I think you'll like it. IMDb gives it a 6.1. I'm not calling you a girl or anything. Dom, you'll like it. It's for girls. You'll like it.
There's nothing wrong with being a girl.
What you want to be in your own time? I'm not going to assume your gender, Dom.
Thank you.
I won't assume it. But 6.1 on IMDb. I'd give it a 7.9.
Nice.
Toilet Uwe Bolls.
Cool. I will give that a look. Is it on Netflix?
It is not on Netflix.
Okay.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. It'll probably end up there.
Yeah, Patchwork ended up there, but Patchwork, man, didn't come out for a long time after it's made, and this came out a lot sooner too. I think that this guy or girl, I would imagine girl, but if that's a name that could go either way, is starting to get some steam. So cool. We'll see. There'll be more.
Hey, as long as they're making quality movies, that's awesome. So my less good movie that is not a bad movie is 2018 sci-fi horror. Streaming now on Netflix, directed by Julius Ona, The Cloverfield Paradox.
Oh, you watched that, huh?
Yeah, I watched it last night.
I didn't get a chance to see it, so you actually enjoyed it, huh?
Yeah.
It's weird, though. You think about, like, with the Cloverfield shit, the first one was this big budget blockbuster thing, and then it got progressively less and less, like, advertising. This got that big Super Bowl advertising, but...
They didn't do anything else to push it.
And that's it. It just came out.
I thought that was smart, though, because and I'll get to it, but the kind of movie this was, if it was super, super hyped up, I think it would have been more of a letdown. Doing this quick, boom, it's here, check it out. Like, I think it worked for it.
I didn't like Cloverfield, but I liked 10 Cloverfield Lane a lot more.
Yeah, I didn't like the first Cloverfield. I didn't see 10 Cloverfield Lane, and I liked this movie so much that it made me like the first Cloverfield a little bit more.
Wow, okay.
So, orbiting the planet on the brink of war, scientists test a device to solve an energy crisis and end up face-to-face with a dark alternate reality. Basically what happens is the world's in chaos, there's this huge energy crisis, and this group of international scientists goes up into this space station to test an experimental retooling of the Large Hadron Collider, where they're trying to create cold fusion, but it's too dangerous to do it on Earth, because if something goes wrong, they could blow up the planet. And once they manage to split the Higgs boson, they split reality, and they go into an alternate reality.
I don't understand what you just said with those fancy big city words. Why are you coming in here with those fancy big city words trying to make me feel dumb? I'm not dumb, all right?
Right.
Okay, continue.
So this was...
No, seriously, what is Higgs boson?
So basically, the God particle.
I was making a joke, but I really don't understand what you're talking about.
There's this thing called the Large Hadron Collider, and they're trying to split this thing called the Higgs boson, or the God particle, and it's basically like the smallest atomic amount.
Okay.
And they're trying to split it to see what it does. And in real life, they've been doing this, and they've been creating miniature temporary black holes and all kinds of crazy shit. So the premise of this movie is ultimately if they could find a way to continually split this so that it would continue to split on itself, and they could isolate it and create a self-sustaining power source.
Oh, okay. Like clean, efficient energy, basically.
Yeah. Tesla's concept of cold fusion. So this was the third installment of the Cloverfield franchise, and in my opinion, the best. It was not perfect, but it was very good in a lot of aspects. The story was sort of Event Horizon mixed with string theory, with heavier emphasis on the string theory aspect, and there were some good paranoia elements as well, but they weren't quite fleshed out enough. It was like, paranoia element resolved. Paranoia element resolved.
Yeah. Do you think that if you're not so me, I'm a layman in these kind of things. Do you think I would enjoy it if I didn't know what was going on?
Absolutely.
Like, they explain it
Yeah.
enough?
Yeah, absolutely. They explain it very simply. They're going into space to try and create a self-sustaining source of energy, and when they do it, they create a dimensional rift.
Yeah, that's awesome. You should watch 10 Cloverfield Lane, especially if you like this.
I'm going to go back.
Made you watch the other one. It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and watch them all, actually. The acting in this movie was very good. The characters were unique and played well, and it was really cool to see a multiracial cast and speaking to each other in different languages. Like the girl from England could speak Chinese and was speaking to the Chinese woman, and there was all this language going on back and forth.
Oh,
it was really cool. And it's a Nigerian director, so it was this cool super international feel.
You know what would be cool? Like in the future, like if you speak different languages to someone, you had like a little earbud that could translate anything.
Yeah.
And they just speak their language and you speak your language and you both just know what each other's talking about.
Yeah, there's some stuff in cyberpunk books that's like that.
Yeah,
like
that's pretty awesome.
Linguisoft or something.
Yeah, it
like
could
that.
even be like the.
Yeah. Go talk to.
I mean, that's how aliens talk.
Right.
Aliens.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know what anyone else was thinking. The standout performance in this, though, I thought was Mundy. He was the ship's engineer. He was a Scottish dude, and he brought some pretty good comedic value to the otherwise serious script. He was the good like comic relief, but it wasn't like annoying comic relief. He was just sort of exasperated to the point that he didn't give a fuck anymore, and it made for some good jokes. The special effects in this were excellent. There was a lot of CG to accomplish the spacecraft and futuristic science lab effects, but all of it was incredibly seamless. Movies like this one, Bright, and the movie that I'm about to review for my good movie later this episode forced me to ask the question, if Netflix can nail it with great quality, not cartoonish CG in these independently produced films, why the fuck can't Hollywood get its act together with their effects for bigger budget movies?
I tried to watch Bright. I got through about 10 minutes and I just had to turn it off.
It wasn't a good movie, but it had good special effects.
Yeah.
The costuming was good, and the makeup was good, and the blending of CG and makeup was good.
Yeah.
And this movie, I honestly had to like really squint at it to tell if some of the stuff that was going on was CG or not. Some stuff that was moving around in the lab and all this stuff. It just looked very, very good, and everything blended perfectly. And
I mean, a good CG is okay, but to me, I'd always rather have something in the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. But as far as CG goes, this was as seamless as it gets.
Yeah, and I like it when they use it for enhancements as opposed to creating things that obviously aren't there.
Yeah.
Then it's a cartoon.
Yeah,
but enhancing something with
that, that may have been what they did, too. They may have had like some plastic set pieces that they made look a little bit more, metallic and science-y with CG. But it looked great. But if these independent films can do it, why the fuck can't Hollywood? It's got to be just like a giving a shit process.
This is a lot lower budget of a movie than like the first Cloverfield, though, right?
Yeah,
they're progressively lower in budget. It seems like, right?
Yeah.
10 Cloverfield Lane. I mean, it's still a multi-million-dollar movie, not a low budget film by any means, but it's not that big monster Godzilla movie like Cloverfield tried to be.
And this was still produced by J.J. Abrams and David Lindelof, so there's still money involved in it, but it clearly wasn't a Hollywood big budget movie with big name actors and there were super crazy special effects sequences though, and they looked great. They looked better than the original one.
I saw some meme that was like, first Cloverfield, J.J. Abrams producers, multi-million-dollar ad campaign on Taco Bell cups, all this stuff. Second Cloverfield, 10 Cloverfield Lane, that it's much lower, like it's promoted for 1 month and then released like out of nowhere, Third Cloverfield's promoted for 1 day and then released the next day.
Yeah.
Fourth Cloverfield, J.J. Abrams breaks your window and throws the DVD at you.
That's how it's got to be. Hey, I'd be like, oh, hey, that's J.J. Abrams. So my biggest gripe with this movie is that it sort of fell into the same trap as Lost, which was produced by the same company. That it had this multi-dimensional weirdness, but reality only broke in ways that directly affected the characters in positive or negative ways, which made the reality breaking a too obvious, overly used Deus Ex Machina. Stories like this need to have more subtle, random things happening that clue you in that reality is shifting and the rules aren't the same anymore. But in this movie, it was just like reality broke and it was a plot point. Reality broke and it was a plot point. Something weird happens, it's immediately something designed to push the plot forward.
Yeah.
It would have added to the feel of mystery with it if you didn't necessarily know if that weird thing happening in the background was actually something that was going to affect the plot.
Yeah.
Or something to more subtly build up to the big weird things happening. But it was just one big weird thing after another, and then once everything started rolling, the big weird shit just stopped happening.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem. Like, I really like movies that have to deal with like multi-dimensions and stuff like that, alternate realities and stuff like that. I'm gonna check this out.
Yeah, it's the Cloverfield Paradox is not a bad movie. I do recommend that people watch it. It's a solid sci-fi horror film that actually made me like the Cloverfield series a little more. I like that they went in different directions with each of the films, where they had like the monster movie and then the more like house drama kind of thing, and then this was big space sci-fi horror. And I feel like this third installment was the glue that finally holds all three of them together into a single storyline. A lot of work was definitely put into it by the cast, the crew, and the director. I think the main problem was that the script got a little hackneyed at some points, but still, I'm going to give this one 7 out of 10 Uwe toilet bowls.
Uwe toilet bowl. I like it.
It's like his moniker.
Rah. That's how Uwe goes into the toilet bowl. He doesn't put those ass gaskets on.
No.
You know when he goes to a public restroom?
Yeah.
Rah. That's how he got his name.
That's right.
Fuck you, Uwe Boll. I'm going to tag you in this.
Well, he doesn't need to put the ass gasket down because his taint's so big it just protects everything else.
I'm going to tweet you at Uwe Boll Raw. I found out his Twitter handle. The challenge will be laid down officially. Within the coming week, Postmortem fans, there will be screenshots of the official Deathmatch Challenge to Uwe Boll from myself via Twitter or something else.
Yeah.
But at least I have a method to contact him.
Don't you have a Twitter that you never use?
I do. But I can get on there and do it. Now I know he has a Twitter, so I never update it.
Now's the time.
Now's the time. So, at JD Horror HC. Follow it, and you will see this happen. If I remember.
I'll remind you. I want this to happen.
That's going to be our next video for the Patreon. Documentary about my challenge to Uwe Boll. I'm going to try to get his phone number.
Nice.
Or I'm going to give him my phone number and have him call me.
Yeah.
Call me, Bull. Lay it on.
If you have the guts.
You have the fucking guts. Blood Rain sucked. As does everything else he ever did except for Rampage.
No, I liked the movie Seed.
Why are we talking about Uwe Boll? Let's talk about something better.
Yes.
My other good movie of the week, which is slightly better, but something we've been talking about for a long fucking time, so I'll just get into it. 2017, directed by Mark Myers, based on the book by Durf Backdurf.
Oh, you saw it?
Starring Ross Lynch and Alex Wolff, My Friend Dahmer. Yes.
Cool.
So, last night I watched My Friend Dahmer with the boy and his friend. David had a sleepover.
So his friend's going to be writing the book My Friend David later.
And I kept telling I kept telling his friend how much that in this movie, and this is a shoot, Jeffrey Dahmer completely reminds me of David. the spazzing out and stuff. You got to see it. So, tell us about his childhood story. The synopsis on IMDb is: a young Jeffrey Dahmer struggles to belong in high school. Ross Lynch is fucking amazing as Jeffrey Dahmer. He does this walk, which is awesome. He kind of like has no form to his body. He kind of like doesn't move his arms when he walks and stuff. And he's super awkward. And I love that. You know how I love awkward movies. More than even like a great gory movie, awkwardness goes a long way with me. So I love this movie. It's not really much of a horror movie. It's more of a character study. It's a restricted narrative. Dahmer is pretty much in every shot. Kind of follows him around. Mm-hmm. Now, this trailer of this movie is the most fucking horseshit, misleading trailer I've ever seen. They have this trailer for My Friend Dahmer, which is like this dramatic music and stuff like that, and it just seems like it's going to be like, oh shit, it's going to show the killings and stuff like that. Has nothing to do with any of that. This could have been like a Todd Solondz movie.
Okay.
It's not really a horror movie per se, but it does deserve to be talked about on this show, so... Young Jeff begins to collect roadkill and dissolve it in acid because he has a fascination with bones. His dad puts a stop to it and he says, I just wanted to see what it looked like inside. He has no friends except the gay kid who gets bullied, but he kind of keeps his distance because he doesn't want people to think that he's gay. So he's kind of going through this inner turmoil in this movie. There's shots of him like looking at there's shots of him like looking at this like black dude who's on like the sports team or whatever. And the jogger, you know, if you know about Dahmer, you know about the jogger.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
what started his whole fascination and his, you know, he begins to get some friends, including the author of the book, Durf Backdurf, because he sort of becomes an awkward class clown. They have this little jackass club, basically, where they film him doing these pranks, and then they all do it kind of thing. And he basically, his pranks include him going to a place and then acting like he's having a seizure and freaking out and like breaking stuff and just saying weird stuff and flopping around on the ground and stuff. And everyone thinks it's so funny, but it's just a cry for attention.
Yeah.
You know, it actually makes you feel bad for him, you know. When we did our sympathetic villains list, I had both him as played by Jeremy Renner in the Dahmer movie and the real life Dahmer. And if I would have seen this before, this would have been over Jeremy Renner. And I love that movie. And it doesn't show much either.
Yeah.
This shows even less.
Okay.
But at least that shows the killing time frames.
Yeah.
This is before.
The Secret Life is the one that you want to watch if you want to see the actual killings.
Yeah.
And he's sympathetic. That guy's sympathetic too.
Yeah.
He's just so fucking crazy and pathetic.
His parents are always fighting. He's definitely like the lesser child. They all care about his little brother Dave a lot more than they care about him. We get the background of the weight set from his first kill. And him watching the jogger. If you know about Dahmer, the hitchhiker that he first killed with the weight set, we have the scene of his father giving him this weight set.
Oh shit!
So he can pump iron so that girls will give him attention.
Right.
So I really like that. There's a lot of, if you know the history of the Dahmer case and about his life and all that stuff, if you're into true crime, serial killers, that kind of stuff, you'll like this movie a lot more than if you're looking at it for a straight horror movie.
There's a lot of Dahmer Easter eggs in this.
Yes, there is. There's a lot of nods to the actual case, and it's very well written. So, big problem with it, to me, was how they handled his alcoholism. It shows him drinking frequently, but his drunkenness seems to turn on and off as a plot device. He'll be in school drinking in the school because he did that, and that's something that's famously known about. But then he'll be not really drunk. And then he'll be drunk. And then he'll be not really drunk. And then drunk. Like, he was like a hardcore alcoholic to where he would drink in the morning and shit. So he should have been portrayed drunker.
Right.
It takes one to know one. I hate his mom. The actress does such a good job of making me hate her in this movie. She is just, one of the most unlikable characters. And she's not specifically bad. It's not like she beats him or does horrible things to him. She just is. She's frantic and she's manic.
Okay.
She's constantly manic, so she makes you uncomfortable to watch. So she's pacing around and what she does and stuff.
Right.
And then she totally prefers the younger brother and kind of basically shits on him and moves away from him without even offering for him to come, but takes the brother and was like, okay, bye. Just like he doesn't care.
Yeah, because Lionel and the mom broke up, right? And then she took the brother and went away, and Jeff was stuck with Lionel for a while, and then went and lived with his grandma, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So this is not really. It stays really close to the book, actually, almost shot for shot at times. Like, I have my friend Dahmer, the book. Have you ever read it?
I have not yet. It's a graphic novel, right?
Yeah, you want to borrow it?
Right, I'll take it.
Yeah, take it with you when you go. I had it out when I was watching the movie because I wanted to kind of look at it because I heard it was a lot of shot for shots and I could find parts of it and just the framing and stuff. It's just like the graphic novel.
I like when they do that, and it makes so much sense to make it that way because when you're making a movie of a graphic novel, your storyboard's already done for you. Mm-hmm. That's what the graphic novel is.
Yeah, definitely. So, there's no killing featured. It ends with the hitchhiker to set up the first one, and I was never bored.
Okay.
So, not specifically violent, but you have to be a true crime aficionado and especially know a lot about this case. The more you know about the Dahmer case and his life and documentaries you've seen about him, books you read on him, the more you'll appreciate this movie. And if you read the graphic novel, you'll like it even more. So, I'll send you with the graphic novel, and if you can get through it before you watch the movie, I think you really appreciate it.
Nice.
More.
So it's about the killer before he was a killer.
Basically, yeah. It's just about him in high school being awkward. That's all it's about.
Huh. Cool.
There's no real killing.
Yeah.
So, IMDb has it at 6.1 right now. It's far better than that to me. So, I'm going to give it 8.0 Uwe toilet bowls.
Nice. I'm excited to check this out.
So, only 0.1 more than my other movies. So, that's how close I was. Neck to neck this week.
It is. My good movie, made in 2017 but not released till 2018, supernatural horror, also streaming on Netflix, directed by David Bruckner, who brought us Amateur Night, Siren, Southbound, and The Signal. The Ritual.
Oh yeah, so you checked it out, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to watch that.
It's good. A group of college friends reunite on a trip to the forest but encounter a menacing presence in the woods. It doesn't quite do the movie justice for what's going on. I'm going to try and do this with as few spoilers as possible.
Yeah, don't spoil it, yeah.
So we're introduced to a group of buddies hanging out in a bar trying to figure out where they want to go for a long put-off brocation. After all of the usual ideas, Vegas, Ibiza, etc., are rejected, one of the friends suggests that they go hiking in Sweden. At first, the idea isn't too popular, but a series of events that I won't spoil has them end up there anyway. While they're hiking, one of the party twists his ankle and can't make the 2-day trek back to civilization. Instead, they decide to take an off-trail shortcut through the woods to get to a lodge that they spotted earlier in the trip. They get lost in the woods, find an abandoned cabin where it appears that strange witchcraft has taken place, and from that point forward they're stalked by a mysterious creature that can blend into the woods, affect their dreams, and cause vivid hallucinations to confuse them. Eventually they discover a cult that worships the creature and must escape them or be sacrificed to it. Story was very, very tightly woven and solidly presented. Time was taken to establish the characters and their motivations very early on, and most of them were likable, though there was one douchebag in the group. His douchery was essential to the plot, and he got some redemption later in the film. While this wasn't anything super original, it was sort of like a Lovecraftian spin on the Blair Witch Project with a Norse mythology twist. It was still presented in a manner that made the movie stand out on its own. All of the actors played their roles well. This movie didn't rely on tropes or archetypes with the group of main characters, and instead focused on psychological responses to stress. Each character had a unique reaction to the horror. One guy tries to keep the group together, one guy goes into denial, one guy goes deer in the headlights, and the other one goes batshit crazy. And also the cult was suitably creepy, and though the monster itself was rooted correctly in Norse mythology, they didn't go out of their way to explain the cult's mystical shit, which I think was a good thing in this sense, because it not only did it give a sense of mystery to the movie, but it didn't have that eye-rolling moment where they over-explain everything.
Yeah, like, I'm going to kill you, but this is why, and this is how.
Yeah.
If you can't get out of this thing before it descends, James Bond style.
Yeah, exactly. They have their reasons for worshiping this thing, and they make those reasons clear, but it's not. They don't get into the nuts and bolts of it, and they shouldn't in this situation.
How are the creature effects?
Good. The special effects and cinematography were all good. The violence was swift and brutal with some decent gore, and the director did a good job of creating tension in all of these scenes. The camera work was amazing with these wide, big shots of the forest that they were in that made it disorienting and isolating. And they don't show the monster until the final act, and when they do, it's a really unique creature. They accomplished it with a blend of CG and practical effects. The CG was really good. The artists were smart to hide a lot of it in shadow, but it also looks like the shadow was part of it. It was like this hybrid shadow forest chaos creature.
Yeah.
And going into the Norse mythology, it's basically they talk about how it's the spawn of Loki and the old forest giants, and it has that sort of chaotic, Loki the trickster feel to it.
Yeah.
I really liked the way it looked. And the one thing that I thought was really unique about this movie was the way that they depicted the hallucinations that the creature caused. It does this thing where it dredges up past guilt and fears and then turns them on its victims, which has been done before. The Bye Bye Man, every movie has that, to some extent when there's hallucinations.
Frighteners.
Yeah.
Not Frighteners, Flatliners.
Yeah, yeah. But it did this in a more original sort of way that really made it fit into the movie, because this creature lives in the forest. It doesn't necessarily understand humans, and human guilt, but it also doesn't understand things that are outside of the forest. So there's a crucial scene early on in the movie that takes place in a convenience store that sort of sends everything moving into motion and is the real cause of guilt for one of the main characters. Mm-hmm. So when the creature's fucking with this guy, it's putting him in the convenience store over and over again, but it doesn't know what a convenience store is. It only knows the forest. So the guy will be walking through the forest, and there will be like chunks of convenience store shelf shoved halfway through trees, and like one halogen bulb hanging over, and then the thing that he's feeling guilty about, like, happening in front of him.
That's cool.
It's super cool the way that they do it, and it looks like something out of a nightmare, but it also looks like something constructed by something that doesn't quite understand what it's doing, but it knows that it's effective. My only complaint about this movie was that in spite of the good quality CG, they did show a little too much of the monster. While it was unique and chaotic looking, it would have been better to leave more to the imagination. And then also, outside of the special effects, I feel like the movie just ended. It didn't end with any kind of mystery or cliffhanger or anything. It was just like, okay, it's over now. It's like the ending was too clear-cut, and it wasn't enough to ruin the movie, but it was enough to make me go, like, they must have run out of ideas.
Yeah.
This is yet another solid movie from a director that showed a lot of promise early on and delivered on that promise. David Bruckner has shown an incremental improvement with every movie he's made, and I'm definitely a fan of his work, and I look forward to seeing what he does next. And I'm giving this one 8.5 out of 10 Uwe toilet bowls.
Uwe toilet bowls. That's to me, when I think about an Uwe toilet bowl, that's like one with like shit spackle all over.
Yeah, it's like
maybe some tampon blood hanging off the rim.
It's like a Home Depot toilet bowl.
It's like a Home Depot toilet bowl that's already been shit in.
Yeah, it's like a Home Depot toilet bowl at like 12:30 in the afternoon, like right after the lunch truck rush.
Oh, I meant like a display model. Oh. I just meant like somebody took a dump in the Home Depot toilet display.
Take a dump.
You mean the actual public?
Yeah. I worked at Home Depot for many years, and usually right after the lunch rush, some construction worker who ate 3 burritos comes in and blows up the toilet, and it's pretty gross, and it's pretty ooey.
Ooey. It sounds like Ernest. If your name sounds like an Ernest reference, then you shouldn't be making horror movies. Fuck you, Uwe Boll. But we're not going to talk about him anymore. No more Uwe until the official challenge has been laid down.
That's right.
I'm going to lay down the gauntlet. I'm going to take off my glove and slap him across the face and challenge him to a duel.
I would love to see that. I think that you would probably make us new fans if you did that.
Yeah. But before I slap him in the face with my dainty glove, we're going to get to our top 5 vacation horror movies after this. Thank you guys for all your support, sharing our shit, liking our page,
listening
weekly,
not suing us
semi-weekly,
getting semi-hard
for 30 seconds once.
Yeah.
No matter how long you listen, we still support you. Unless it is just one episode, then fuck you.
Yeah.
You better run for the fucking hills.
Run through the jungle.
That's not what this is about. No. What this is about is we have now started the official Facebook group of the Post-Mortem Show.
Go on Facebook, look up Post-Mortem Show Horror Movie Podcast for a chance to share your favorite horror memes with us and occasionally be shit-talked by me.
That's probably accurate.
Yeah, I've already done it once.
Yeah, guys, join the group. We have thousands of listeners to the show. Right now, the group only has about 300 members.
Yeah.
So please add yourself. Please share it. Share it with the world.
Yeah. Just don't say stupid
Let
ass
us
racist
into your
shit.
lives. Let us into your lives.
Yeah. Open yourself wide. Open yourself to us.
You want to talk to Biff?
We will
soon to be one-eared Biff.
We will put Biff on the computer if that's what you want.
We're gonna have an official event in the group. It's gonna be Facebook Live Q&A with Biff, and I'm just gonna put Biff on Facebook Live, sitting there, and he'll answer all your questions.
Maybe we could do it as like a video chat thing.
Yeah, so that's official Facebook group, Post-Mortem Show Horror Movie Podcast. Please join. Please share it with your friends. And we're back with our top 5 vacation horror movies.
Taking a trip to Horror Town.
Taking a trip out of the B ward to Horror Town. And your travel agent this evening, Biff the dog. So, I kind of changed it up. I know we talked about doing vacation horror movies, and that's what we've been talking about the entire time. And I did do that, but I kind of focused on, like, bad vacation destinations when I did my list. And I have a lot of honorable mentions that are also vacation horror movies, but I kind of thought about, like, the destination and what happens if you go there and, like, your travel agent brochure. Right. You know, what it's going to say and then what you're going to get. It's not going to be the same.
Yeah. That's cool. So, yeah, I just went with straight vacation horror movies, but I actually kind of veered away from some of the more obvious ones. Because there are some that are classic. I mean, there's one that made my list that it had to.
Yeah.
But other than that, I also tried to steer away from movies that I talk a lot about.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I got 2 that we talk about pretty regularly, and 3 that we have mentioned. I think everything on my list has been mentioned on the show before, honestly. But why don't you start us off with your number 5?
My number 5 is The Ruins.
I actually like The Ruins more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
I guess the book is a lot better, too.
Really?
Have you heard it's a book?
I didn't know that, no. That's at some point I think we should do top five movies that are way better than they have any right to be.
Or that people... that's a movie that people shit on.
Yeah.
But I think it's better than people give it credit for.
It has that super intense amputation scene. It's a unique concept with, like, the plant that kills people.
Not just that. Well, that's been done before. The plants have been done.
Day of the Triffid and all that.
Top 5 plants a while back. But, like, when they touched the monument pyramid thing, but then the people pulled guns on them and shit, and it instantly changed and got way more dramatic.
Yeah.
And people were on the tree line, like, sniping them out. Like, they could never leave. They're going to get shot.
Because they would have the spores on them, and they would take the spores somewhere else.
Out of that area.
Yeah. So. It's an underrated movie, and it's got a lot of good merits to it, and I think it was definitely good enough to at least make number 5 on my vacation one movies.
My number 5 could have been a 0. I put it at number 5 because I try to go somewhere not so obvious, but this might be on your list. It might be on your honorable mentions, but the Kalawasi River in Georgia in Deliverance.
Oh, shit. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. It is a terrible vacation.
It is. You want to go river rafting?
You want
to make you squeal like a piggy boy.
You want to get butt fucked by a hillbilly?
And the banjo kid is awesome.
Yeah.
But Deliverance, I think it's overrated as a movie, but underrated as a terrifying concept.
Right.
It's good, but I mean, it deserves to be my number 5.
Right.
That's why it could have been a 0, to some people, but for me, number 5.
It's an important movie because it was another early example of horror movies that were accepted by the public as actual good movies.
Yeah, and also not really it's considered a horror movie, but it also could be like a crossover thriller.
Yeah.
So a little bit more mainstream there. Mainstream man-on-man anal rape.
All right. My number 4, a movie that I reviewed on this show a couple episodes back, maybe 10 episodes back or so, Borderland. About some kids who go down to Mexico to party and do drugs and end up falling afoul of narco-Satanists. Cartel guys who fucking worship the devil and do black magic and cut people up with machetes.
Yeah, I gotta see that. You've been talking about that. That might be a watch this fucker movie.
Yeah. It's a very memorable performance by Sean Astin playing a fucking psychopath. And it's a really, really good movie that not a lot of people have heard of.
Yeah, I'll check that fucker out. What was it called? Borderland.
Borderland.
I just said Deliverance.
Yeah.
I was about to say Deliverance. That's how tired I am. I was like, wait, the movie with the guys in the river. I should watch that.
The one that I just saw.
The one that I just told you about. Dom, it's been a rough week.
Yeah.
Little sleep.
No sleep till Brooklyn.
Redoing a kitchen is actually a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot more work than you might think.
I've done it. It's not easy.
So, my number 4. A town called Pleasant Valley. In 2001 Maniac.
Yeah.
I prefer the remake to the original.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
By far.
Yeah.
Robert Englund, great as the mayor. You got Lin Shaye.
Yeah.
You got a ton of TNA, ton of nudity. You got a lot of comedy.
You got a weird pseudo gay hillbilly guy who fucks sheep.
It's got everything that it could offer.
You got a girl with nice tits and football field goal teeth.
And it's something that Pleasant Valley, if you looked at it on paper, it sounds like a cool place, but I wouldn't want to be drawn and quartered.
Yeah. Or be there and be black.
Acidic moonshine. China girl.
Racist ghosts. My number 3 is Dead Snow.
Dead Snow? I didn't even think about that as a vacation movie, yeah.
Go on vacation out to the cabin out in the snow and find Nazi gold and wake up Nazi zombies. Doesn't sound like a very good trip.
No, not at all. Any trip involving Nazis, not so good.
Unless it's a trip to punch Nazis.
Yeah, a Nazi punching trip. I'm a fan of that. My number 3 is something that I just rewatched the other day. I had a night where I had time to put something on. There was no hockey game going on at the time. I had time to put something on I could just zone out on, but I was
pay attention.
Yeah, I couldn't pay attention and take notes because I was a little bit hammered.
Yeah.
But I have to be, like, pretty sober to review these movies.
Right.
I gotta be...
In fairness.
Gotta be earnest. But I rewatched Eden Lake. Have you seen Eden Lake?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
The English countryside, that lake, Eden Lake, and those kids just terrorizing this couple for no fucking reason.
Just because they're fucking bastards.
Just because they're little shits.
Yeah.
And I love Eden Lake. Great performance. Sympathetic character, the girl in Eden Lake, the wife.
Yeah.
Definitely feel bad for her.
Another very underrated movie. Not a lot of people talk about it.
No, not at all. And that's why I wanted to make sure it made the list. So,
Number 2 for me is Hatchet.
Hatchet, yeah, it is. There's a little boat tour.
Yeah, they're on vacation in the bayou, and they go on their little boat tour, and then they find Victor Crowley, and they get their faces sanded off.
I like Hatchet. I've seen Hatchet 2 and 3. I can't remember a thing about it.
Really?
I couldn't tell you one thing about it.
I think they get progressively better
Really?
as they go. Yeah.
I think there's nothing bad about Hatchet or any of the sequels. Like, it's good, but it's almost like a tribute to slashers.
Yeah.
You know? So it's not its own thing. It's more of a send back to other things, and so it's good, and I appreciate it, but not enough to make my list because although I like it a lot, I like Digging Up the Marrow more than Hatchet, actually.
Really?
His movie that he's in as like a pseudo-documentary, I like that more than Hatchet.
Yet.
Hatchet 1 is really good, but the rest of them, they kind of lost me. Not bad, but Victor Crowley is out now, so we should be talking about that pretty soon.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I kind of lost my train of thought, Dom. Chair shots. Hashtag chair shots. Number 2 for me is the Australian Outback, where a man named John Jarrett stalks you in Wolf Creek.
Yeah.
Great vacation horror movie. And that guy is a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
So great of a character. And Wolf Creek 2, it came out years later, surprised me of how good it was. I liked it a lot.
I gotta go back and watch those movies again. I haven't seen them in a while.
I haven't watched the TV series.
I think I saw the Wolf Creek movies when Netflix first started streaming. Yes.
Were they on there way back then?
Yeah, many years ago, yeah.
Well, Wolf Creek 2 barely came out. Wolf Creek 1 probably did.
Yeah, so I saw that one when it first started streaming, and then I watched Wolf Creek 2 right when it came out.
Disgusting gore, like decayed gore, like a torso on the wall that just looks so hideous.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah, and just, he's such a sadistic fucker, And it's like a nihilistic movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you like him because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Which I guess a lot of killers like, but like Freddy is like funny kind of.
Yeah.
So you like him for that, but this guy's just a fucking asshole. But I love Wolf Creek.
Yeah. All right, my number 1, probably the biggest name movie on this list, but I would be remiss if I did not make it my number 1 because it's just such an important movie to me, and that's Evil Dead.
Yeah. Cabin in the woods.
Yeah, going out to a cabin in the woods, trying to, drink some margaritas and shit goes wrong.
I'm surprised I didn't think of that. I did all mine from memory. I didn't really research this week because I was short on time, and this is a wide open. So my honorable mentions are a little thin for that reason too. For I'm going to leave out a lot, but
I've got a shitload.
Evil Dead, yeah, that's a good. That is a vacation.
Horror. I mean, cabin in the woods horror is a genre unto itself at this point.
That could be even a top 5 list.
Yeah. To the point that, Cabin in the Woods is the title of a movie, which is also on my honorable mentions.
Me as well,
and would have been on my top 5 if I haven't talked about it so much recently.
Yeah, and if it wasn't, it'd have to be a little bit more vacation-based for me. There's a lot more going on there than vacation, so. My number 1 has to do with Spain. Take your boat to a little Spanish countryside. Run afoul of a rock. Have to dock your boat. Take your little skibby to Imboca.
Yeah.
To the land of Imboca. In Dagon.
That's right.
It is technically
Dagon!
They are on vacation.
They are.
Well, but it just fucking goes batshit.
He goes on a vacation to Tuna Town.
Yeah. Smells like fish, throw the fucker back.
But he didn't throw it back.
He
accepted it. And that's when you get gill slits in your ribs.
Yeah, fish fucking. before Shape of Water.
Yeah, there was, and Dagon was a Spanish movie. Maybe there was some borrowing there.
Yeah, it could be. But yeah, Shadow over Innsmouth, the story it's based on. It's not based on. It's weird because there's a story called Dagon.
Yeah.
And it's not this plot.
Right. It's more like a poem almost.
Yeah, and it's almost like a combination of the two, but
yeah.
I really like this movie. I like how all the different fish people are different stages of fish. Like some people have little, like, flippers instead of hands.
Or tentacles for
like,
fingers.
Just rags, like, tied over their eyes and their hands so you can't see what it is. Yeah. Like, it leaves a lot to the imagination. And then the creature effects, although there's some very, very, very shitty CGI at the end, the skin scene, all that shit, it's a very brutal movie.
Yeah, for sure.
And H.P. Lovecraft, so gotta be my number one.
Awesome. For honorable mentions, I have Cabin Fever, Friday the 13th, Hostel, I Spit on Your Grave, The Cabin in the Woods, The Hills Have Eyes, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, and Wrong Turn.
I like Wrong Turn.
I think Wrong Turn is another, and especially the sequel that the French dude that did High Tension directed.
Yeah, that one was pretty.
That one was fucking from beginning to end just nasty.
Yeah, I got some of those on my list, so I will omit those. But Teresa's, have you seen Teresa's?
Teresa's is good. Yeah,
it's pretty good. Have you seen Bite? That was one of the first movies I ever reviewed. But the vacation portion wasn't enough. It was almost my number 5, but. She goes to a vacation on her, like, bachelorette party to Mexico and gets bit by an insect. And then she starts to, like, become... It's almost like The Fly. It's a total body horror insect. Like, she becomes fucking crazy. Like, almost like Tombs in X-Files. Like, she's making, like, a den and shit. And it's a really nuts movie. I really liked it a lot. The Descent.
Yeah.
The Descent 1 is so good.
Yeah.
Descent 2, horrible.
Yeah.
But Descent 1 is great.
I don't even know that I've seen The Descent 2 all the way through. I think I started and turned it off.
Yeah, Descent 1 is very good, though.
Yeah.
Very tense.
Yeah, very, very claustrophobic.
It makes me feel the way that aquatic and space horror does.
Yeah.
Like in a cave to where you can't get out and the rocks fell in,
And I wouldn't go into a fucking cave like that.
Yeah.
Spelunking, not for me.
You gotta be with all your lesbian friends. Girl power. Spelunking. I don't know why I said that right now. That's already 2 girl power things. Maybe I have to edit that out.
No, you've got like 9 daughters in the house now, so you have to be girl power.
Spice Girls are going back on tour,
Yeah. Gonna take the kids. I would probably
just
actually...
me personally, not even take the wife, I'm just going.
I would probably go to a Spice Girls concert, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure it would be entertaining as fuck.
Well, also, if you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friends.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Zigga-zee-ha.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
That's a backpacking.
It is.
Pretty good. And also, Landmine Goes Click. I just thought about that right now. That would have made my list.
Oh, yeah.
That would have made my list.
Great movie.
Yeah, but you can slide in. You can slide in there at the end. You can bring up the rear.
Yeah, I actually had one pop into my head, too.
Be the rear admiral. Rear admiral on this cruise.
Ding, ding, sailor. I actually just had one pop into my head, too. Dude Bro Party Massacre 3.
Yeah.
Great vacation movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it again. You've watched it way more than I have.
Yeah, I have.
I watched it once. I told you about it, and you loved it.
Yeah, I watched it twice by myself. I showed it to Michelle once, and I think I watched it once more since then.
Yeah, that's a good one to just put on if you don't have to pay attention or give a fuck. But yeah, that's it for vacation horror. So, what do you think about it?
I think that we don't need to do this list again. And I'm not saying that in a shit-talking way. I think we just laid it down.
Yeah, and honestly, we aren't going to miss producing content anymore since we started the Patreon. We're going to give you guys a lot more, but tonight I'm just so fucking tired.
We've got 2 short stories. I wrote a story last week.
Yeah,
you've got a story waiting in the wings.
Yep, we're gonna have some more creepy pastas.
Yeah,
spicy horror meatballs hitting your Patreon feeds.
It's going to be fun.
Some more off topics. I got one going on.
Yeah, I've got one that I've been formulating in my brain. It's weird though. Like I've been on antidepressants for a little over a week now, and I'm like getting this weird clarity. Like the fog in my brain has been lifted, and like I just sat down one day and wrote this story in like a 6-hour period, and then did 2 edits on it, and then I have the final one. Like, and I hadn't written in almost a year. I sat down a couple nights ago and I banged down 2 minutes of 80s slasher horror movie theme song music just out of my brain.
Oh, yeah, you sent that to me and I couldn't open it on my phone, so I got to do it on my computer now. I'm back in town.
Yeah, check it out.
I got to check it out. Yeah.
I think that's that's a good sign. That the antidepressants are working. Like getting up in the morning, doing my day, being able to be creative again. It feels good.
Well, you put the booty in Wellbutrin.
That's right.
Throw up that W.
Yes.
Enter the 36 chambers of the Woo, aka the Biff.
Because Wu-Tang is for the babies.
Biff Tang.
Aw. Old dirty biffers.
All right,
that's enough.
I'm ready to go.
Enough of this shit.
I'm ready to get out here and go to bed.
All right. So I guess as H.P. Lovecraft once said, is he took a shit, wiped, and flushed the ooey toilet bowl. If it smells like fish,
throw the fucker back.